Rhodes Media.
Serious question, though. Who tries to catch a home run with nachos? I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? I love this team. This team is outrageous. They win again. Does this count? Does this count for beating a good opponent because they were 500 prior to the season beginning? Or, sorry, prior to the series beginning. Of course, everyone's 500 when the season starts with a fat 0-0 record. But, the difference is when you are dominant, when you are dynamic, when you are special, when you are incredible, when you are the greatest team to exist, when you are the best team in the league, you put up numbers that you haven't seen since the early 1900s. Oh, what's that? That's what this current squad's doing? Oh, sorry. It's crazy how that all worked out. All right, listen to this. Ranger Suarez is ridiculous. He's doing things through 9 starts that we haven't seen since 1910. All right, there's some stats getting thrown out there about his wins. 1910, 1907. This team in totality over 32 games have went 27-6. That's what they went. We haven't seen anything like this since 1892. It's 2024. It's not a product of the schedule. It's the product of Alec Boehm delivering again when there's somebody in scoring position. It's Bryce Harper hitting a solo shot right after Brandon Marsh gets gunned out at home. It was bang, bang. It was right there, 50-50 attempt, whatever. You don't score the run. But Bryce Harper goes, don't worry about it. I'll give us some added insurance. It's when you go down 1-0. The greatest leadoff hitter of all time, Kyle Schwarber, hits a single to right field. A bullet past Nathaniel over at first base, who's an outrageous defender. He can't sniff it because the ball's roped. Kyle Schwarber ties the game right up 1-1. Just when you think the Rangers might actually feel good about themselves, it's gone. And how many times did Ranger freeze a right-handed batter on the inside part of the plate? I swear to God, they looked like statues. I had to see if they were alive. Yo, jerk-offs, you're supposed to swing the bat. Yo, jag-off, are you alive? Or are you a fucking statue? Because Ranger Suarez is pitching perfectly, beautifully, location on the money, dot, have people guessing. Seriously, the right-handed batters are just sitting there like this. And here comes the ball on the inside part of the plate. Perfectly dialed in exactly where JT Realmuto wants it. Speaking of JT Realmuto, he got a couple of hits today, and so did the first 4 hitters of your lineup. Kyle Schwarber, 2 hits, an RBI. Bryce Harper, 2 hits, a walk, a home run, an RBI. JT, a couple of hits. Alec Boehm, a couple of hits, a couple of RBI. Of course, because that's what Alec Boehm does. The man knows what it's like to be in an important position in a game and saying, don't worry about it, fellas. You want me to do a little shimmy on second base? Huh? You want me to stand on second base and get a slow-mo of me shaking this breast? Shaking this breast? I'm getting excited. That made no sense. Sometimes when I get happy, things don't make sense. Also, there's a bunch of coffee fumes just flying in the studio right now because prior to hitting record, I backed up my chair to make sure I was perfectly where I wanted to be in frame, and I forgot I put a cup of coffee from earlier this morning that was on my desk in front. I put it on the floor, and I said, I'll bring it up when I go upstairs. Totally forgot. Now it's all spilled all over the floor, and you would think, well, why is that a problem, bro? You love the smell of coffee. You're absolutely right. And it's starting to really feed into my bloodstream. So, I'm all over the place right now is my point. My baseball team is giving me the greatest thing on planet Earth, giving me outstanding baseball on a night-to-night basis, kicking ass no matter who's standing in front of them. And then what I love most in life is coffee, and it's now just everywhere in the. I mean, you walk into this office, and it it hits you right in the nostrils. And it's a good thing, but it's also disappointing because my carpet has a huge brown spot. And I mean, look, I grabbed a towel from the closet. If you're watching on YouTube, look, it's getting a little. Look at that. Oh, it smells. It smells too. Oh man. Anyway, it smells good but bad at the same time. Anyway, who tries to catch a home run with nachos? I need to know. You know what makes this team great? The fact that Seager hits a home run in the 8th inning. So the score is now 3-2. Jeff Hoffman allows a homer. What do they do then? I'm going to tell you for free what they do, in case you forgot. But this is what they do. Alec Boehm knocks in a run. Now Kyle Schwarber almost got caught on the bases by JT Realmuto, and it looked as if they were having some fun with it and maybe mocking him a little bit for whatever you want to call that base run. But he had to freeze over at second base when he had his lead because it was that much of a bullet to center, left center fieldish. A lot of bullets off the bat of the Phils today. Bryce Harper with a bullet to center field, and then the home run. I'm not even talking about the home run. I'm talking about an earlier at-bat where he gets a double. I'm not even talking about the one where he smokes it to center field for a second. I actually thought it was going to go over the wall at center field. It actually wasn't that close to doing that, but I'm just saying that's how much these guys are tattooing it. I already alluded to what Kyle Schwarber did earlier to tie the game up 1-1. So anyway, Kyle Schwarber on the bases is playing that game where he freezes for a second because it was scorched that much. And JT, if you see the one angle in the broadcast, he's catching up to Kyle Schwarber. Oh my God. But in the 8th inning, here comes the Rangers who tacks on a run and they're down 2. Now they're only down 1. Maybe they think that there's something to it. And before you get all cute and before you think that really there's truth to the comeback, they shut it down real quickly. Get the hell out of here. Boehm RBI. Stott RBI. Stott with a sac fly. So the daycare is now coming up clutch in the back end of games. Did anybody feel nervous when Jose Alvarado was on the bump in the 9th? I didn't. I knew he was going to get a couple Ks. Come on now. This team doesn't lose. This team? You think this team is going to ruin it? You think this team is going to shit all over themselves? Nah. You got the wrong group, fellas. Not this core. Not this group. They're different. They're real. They're legit. And regardless of what anybody says about the Rangers not being good, no. Okay, so if they were 500 prior to this series, that means that if they're dropping, let's say, hypothetically speaking, right? And there's plenty of baseball left in this series. There's 2 more games. We got a night game on, what's today? Tuesday? Well, night game on Wednesday, afternoon game on Thursday. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, just for argument purposes, that the Phillies take 2 out of 3. Well, if you're 500, which the Rangers are, that's their team prior to the series beginning. If they were to drop this series, that means they're beating other teams and winning those series to end up with a 500 record. Because if the Phillies take 2 out of 3, that means the Rangers are 1-2. And for them to get back to 500, that means they're beating a team and being 2-1. So that means they're beating other teams in series, yet dropping series to the Phillies. So they're beating other teams, but they're not capable of beating this team. And the same applies to the Nationals, who was just about 500 before seeing the Phillies. The reason why some of these records look worse is because by the end of the series, after the Phillies kick their ass, they have 3 more losses added to their record because of the Phillies handling business. You know, what shocks me about this whole thing, too, is we all watch the NFL. And there are a lot of arguments to be made about a team with maybe a 9-3 record after 12 games. And they say, well, look at who they played. Their division is bad. The AFC South stinks or whatever. They talk about how the quarterbacks of the other team, they played Matt Ryan at 73 years old. They played Ben DiNucci on the Dallas Cowboys. And they played some backup quarterback because, I don't know, Baltimore lost Lamar Jackson for the season. So those wins are devalued, and their record is not really telling you the full story because the schedule wasn't very harsh. That happens in football a lot. I've been around for 28 years of life. Not once have I heard the baseball community bitch about a schedule and the lack of toughness and the competition. Not once ever. The Phillies are performing so elite that they have the whole baseball world losing their mind. They have no idea how to consume the dominance of the Phillies. You haven't seen this in over 100 years. What Ranger did, what the Phillies have done, 27-6 over 32 games. The Phillies haven't done this since 1892. They're a special group. They're a special group that is clearly motivated to respond to what happened the last couple of seasons where they were very close. They could smell it. And unfortunately, they couldn't get it done. And they're playing that way with the edge to get it done this time. It's a beautiful watch. It really is. All right, let's go to the Anytime Hotline. We'll run things and take our first call here from our guy, Zach, in Baltimore.
We can exhale. That got stressful towards the end there.
Nah.
But Jose, with back-to-back strikeouts, shuts it down. And Ranger Suarez is the Cy Young as of right now.
No doubt.
I mean, this guy is filthy. The curveball, disgusting. Alec Boehm is an RBI machine. This guy doesn't know how to go a game without an RBI. I mean, he does it every fucking game. Bryce Harper, you want to bring in the lefty for Bryce? That's cute. I'll put one 420 dead center. Yeah. Best team in baseball. And, no competition. Right now, we just beat the fucking world champions. So, Braves fans, I don't want to hear shit because you just got your asses clapped by the San Diego Padres. So, pipe down. Go Phils, baby. I'm going to the game tomorrow. I can't wait.
Beautiful, man. I'm super jealous. I haven't even gotten a chance to go down to the ballpark yet this year. And it's funny that you bring that up because I was thinking as soon as the game ended, I got to get down there, man. Whether I go with the wife and I go with Brooklyn or maybe I get a group of buddies and we go or we bring the wives as well. I don't know how it needs to happen, but I know it needs to happen because the way that place has electricity right now, I need it, all right? Everybody knows I need energy. So what do I need to do? I need to get to the Citizens Bank Park. I was going to say the Wells Fargo Center. I don't want to go anywhere near there right now. All right, with the way that I'm watching basketball still and the NBA playoffs are still active, yet my team's not even involved, although I have to throw out there that Tyrese Halliburton lost the Pacers Game 1, and for all the fans out there that said he's the greatest basketball player to ever exist, if he lost Game 1 the way he did for the Pacers, for us in a Sixers uniform, it would be viewed completely different, but I digress. Not the Wells Fargo Center. Everybody knows I need electricity, though, and the way that place is popping at the ballpark, I need it. But you know what's going to happen? We watch a team play the Rangers, who just won the World Series, and we look at that as a very valuable win, right? For what it is. We don't think the Rangers suck, because they don't suck. But the idiots out there who want to continue to throw shade at the Phillies and not believe in them, they are absolutely 1,000% just going to tell you that the Rangers aren't very good this season, or they haven't figured it out yet. So it's more about the timing of when you saw them and not so much really the description of who the Rangers can be when they're playing their best ball. But hold on a second. When the Phillies play their best ball, we're getting zero credit, right? You're waiting. I'm just saying. I know what's going to be said. I know what's going to be talked about. Well, the Rangers aren't really who they are yet. But when the Phillies are who they are, they get no credit for that. Because when they are who they are, they're doing things that we haven't seen in over 100 years. 100 of them, motherfucker. Fuck you. I hate people. I hate them to death. But no, I did not get any sort of nerves with Jose Alvarado because this team is different. They're different. It's not the year of the most blown saves in history. Then you walked in every night when you recognized they had a lead in the ninth, that they were even capable of getting a lead. And at the time, Hector Neris wasn't good, which hurts me to my soul because I'm a Hector the Protector guy. But at that time, no matter who it was, all right, it was David Hale, Brandon Workman, Heath Hembry. Oh, man. And Brandon Workman actually had such good numbers in Boston. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. Matt Strahm, I saw this the other day. Matt Strahm, what were these numbers? I wrote them down. 18 and 2/3 scoreless innings consecutive. I guess with what he did today, it would be 19 innings of scoreless innings consecutively. And this dude just strikes people out nonstop and doesn't give people free passes and doesn't give them free bases. Ranger is going to win the Cy Young, Zach. You brought up Ranger. He had a 1.50 ERA, had his worst start of the season. It went down to 1.37. So imagine having a 1.50, having your worst start of the year, it going down. And then when you have a 1.37 ERA, it goes down again. It can't keep going down. At some point, it won't keep going down. It can't, right? I mean, it literally cannot continue to go down. But it does. Never seen anything like it. I could play you audio after audio after audio of Bryce Harper showing you love and appreciation for Ranger, trying to get him the next win, trying to get him to 10-0, trying to get him to 11-0, trying to get him to 12-0. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's inspiring. Seriously? It's so sick. It's so sick. All right, back to the phones. So, it looks here, if you listen to the last Phillies podcast I did, not the Bleacher Report one, but the one here on Broge Media, it was the Anytime Hotline portion of the show, and the Aaron Nola hater continued to call in, and I asked him, what would it take for you to actually acknowledge that Aaron Nola had a good start? Because he went 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and that wasn't good enough for him. So I asked, what would make you feel okay? And it looks like we got a response and then also a little breakdown of what happened in this performance as well. So let's take a listen. I just wanted to set the tone for you in case maybe you didn't hear the previous call that he left for us.
So you did ask me, I hope we have a podcast tonight for this. Maybe not. We might have it for just the series, but what an electric win. And I want me and you can agree on one thing. Aaron Nola might suck to me. I don't like him. He's not clutch. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if he gives you 2.0 ERA.
Well, time out. You don't care if he gives you a 2 ERA? Do you realize how good a 2 ERA is? Okay, whatever.
It's the 2 runs that you don't need in the bottom of the 5th inning when you're up 2-0, and now you tied it, you go to your bullpen, they lose the game for you. If you really want more, I've already called in about Aaron Nola. But regardless, with this game right now, first of all, Ranger Suarez, dear God, my man. And then 2, all right, here's something me and you can definitely agree on. We just won the defending champs, okay? And we didn't particularly make it close. We just turned it on in 1 inning, and that's it. I don't know, Broads. I don't know whether or not the Rangers were sparking the bottle one time like the Diamondbacks or not. Remains to be seen, but I'm telling you, fuck the people who say that the schedule's not strong, because it's going to get better, and we're going to keep winning. See ya.
Now, I agree with the end there. It's going to get tougher, and they will continue to be great. That I agree with. How you can love Rangers 1.36 ERA and then turn around in the same exact call and say that a 2 ERA would bother you just blows my mind. So, at the end of the day, to summarize your view on Aaron Nola, there will be nothing to ever satisfy you, and you are irrationally despising him. But I digress. We'll move along there. Rangers great. Rangers great. Ranger continues to do it. And how about this? I want you guys to take a listen here.
It's been incredible. Obviously, being able to win games and do that, our fans are going to show it for us, and we applaud them for that because they make us that much better. Each team that comes in here and plays against us, they know we got a fan base on our side, and just a lot of fun, man. That's what we signed up for, and they show up, man, and it just makes me happy. It makes me smile, man.
You're damn right, baby. I want you to smile, Bryce. I want you to smile every single day of your life. Now, when you made the perfect decision to put on that Phillies uniform until the day you no longer play. Well, actually, I think him and Scott Boras are trying to get that extension still. But I digress. Bryce, we love you more than anything. We love you more than life. We love you more than family. You are family. So I take that back. We love you like your family because you are family. Hell, you're walking around town now driving and following 17-year-old high school seniors to prom dates' houses to ask them to go to prom. The guy's unbelievable. He's just unbelievable. Here's Bryce postgame.
You talk about starting pitching, man. It's contagious. When you have a guy going out there. Heads up. No, I mean, starting pitching is contagious for the hitters, too. Every time a guy goes out there and does his job, Rangers throwing the crap out of it, man. It's so much fun to watch. He never wavers, man. He goes out there, does his job each night, or every fifth day, and it's fun to watch, man.
You're damn right it is, Bryce. Damn right it is. God damn, I can't wait for the next game. All right, everybody. Unreal. Just unreal. This team's unreal. They're the greatest team in baseball, the greatest team to ever exist. Love you guys so much to death. Appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.